Let's begin with a few questions. I'm going to jump into some pitch decks and create some really good clips for our channels out there right now. Let's talk first about business plans. The question is, should founders write business plans? And if so, how should they write business plans? What are the techniques? The short answer is do not write a business plan at all. Don't worry about writing a business plan. Business plans, when it comes to the world of startups, are completely antiquated. The only reason anybody would ever ask you to write a business plan is if you were seeking investment and there was some compliance requirement to do the business plan. For example, I was putting out money, I was allocating capital and access to capital to invest on behalf of certain types of investors, but those investors were attached to a bank, and that's where the money came from, or the banking system. Therefore, the investors and the investment committee wanted all the things tied up in terms of due diligence that would make a banker happy. So if you go and you apply for a small business loan and you go to the SBC, you go to a bank and you need to apply, they're going to want a business plan. If you go to a government program, and that's what they're used to, and they've got some compliance on their end, they're going to want a business plan. Therefore, write a business plan to make it happy. And truth be told, I have qualified founders for large credit lines and loans and these investment type programs, and I've pretty much just written the business plan via ChatGPT. I've said, write me this business plan. We've expanded onto it, and we have gone our merry way and secured the funding. Even investors that want business plans, typically they're not sophisticated investors. And that's the reason they're asking for the business plan. They have no idea how to evaluate your startup. And if you've got a regular investor or professional investor, they're not going to care. Why? Because business plans go obsolete literally in weeks. Business plans are all about, do you know your business enough? And it just was the old-fashioned way of doing it, and maybe it still works in some circles. But if someone sends me a business plan, I say, I'm not interested in reading a business plan. I need a pitch deck. I need to see an MVP. I need to see that you can pass an interview and talk. I need to see you can execute, not sit around a desk and plan. Why? I'm going to keep adding. Because all business plans look successful when you write them, and that's just not reality. It's the same reason that all financial plans, all spreadsheets look successful. Every business on a spreadsheet, on an Excel book looks successful, is profitable, has low customer acquisition costs, is doing absolutely fantastic. Their growth is up and to the right. Every business plan is saying this is how we're going to be successful. And that's just not reality. I'm not going to pay attention to that, nor the investors I'm going to talk to, and nor would I ever take a founder and say, I'm going to introduce this founder to an investor with the business plan. It's just not going to happen. So that is your question. I appreciate you asking, but there's not even any point to talk about how to do best business plans. Let's just say this one thing. If you need to learn business, business plans are a great way to learn business. So write a business plan for your own edification and to learn how to be an entrepreneur. But other than that, no point in writing a business plan unless an investor requires it or some program you're looking for funding. Appreciate that question.